What's up, guys? We're going to be looking at the number one mistake that I see landowners make when they go to do a timber sale. So we'll just go right into it. The number one mistake that I see guys make when they are selling their timber is not getting multiple bids for their timber. Now let's dive into that a little bit. I talk to a lot of guys and they may have multiple different companies come out and look at their trees. But what so often happens is each person would want to do the harvest differently. I was meeting with a client recently that had done multiple harvests over his properties, and one of them he had multiple people come out and bid on it. He got one bid, and then later he had another guy come out and took less trees and offered more. Now, initially, that sounds like a pretty good deal, but what he was unaware of and didn't realize till after the harvest was done, that this guy had gone through and had only taken the good trees and had taken more of them and left a lot of the junk trees. Whereas the first person, while he did offer less, he was taking some more of the cull trees that should have been cut and taking a few of the better trees, but leaving a lot of that younger, really good stuff that's going to be in the future. In this, he ends up with a woods that is full of beech trees and junk trees that are not going to have any timber value in the future, and it really is a pretty poor practice of timber management. So the easiest way to combat this is to have all your trees marked, and you can either do that yourself if you feel comfortable. You can have a logging company or a mill come in and mark it, or a consulting forester like myself to come out and mark it and manage the entire project for you. But ultimately, you want to have your timber marked and then have people bid on those trees. You do not want guys coming in and saying, well, I want to remarket. I want to bid on these trees instead. You need to ultimately first decide what trees you want harvested and work with somebody that you actually trust and know to mark that correctly. And then once you've determined which trees get cut, only allow these guys to bid on the trees marked. This eliminates so much confusion. I had a client in Columbus that had this very thing happen. He had 3 or 4 different, between loggers and mills come out to put bids in on the timber, and everybody wanted to cut it a little bit differently. So there was a bunch of different marks on the trees, and you just couldn't really compare your bids apples to apples. He ultimately had me come in, and then we ended up, remarking it correctly the way that, he wanted it done and the way that I felt was going to best, suit his goals for the property long term. And then we got guys to come in and bid on those trees. Ended up getting $10,000 more than his previous best offer while taking less trees. And, that's what the power of having the same, having a couple guys bidding on the exact same trees can do for you as a landowner. And there's a lot less headache and a lot less problems that arise by doing it that way. So this is just one of the things that I see landowners make mistakes on when they're doing a timber sale, and I hope to continue to make videos helping you guys as you manage your woodlot and want to go back to some of the more of the basics of selling your timber, kind of the roots of this channel. In the meantime, I appreciate the view, and I would appreciate if you leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.